Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So good to see you again. Today we're going to talk about stocks to buy during the 2020 holiday season. And just so you guys know, I am not a financial advisor. This is just a list I put together for fun. As always, take my opinions with a grain of salt because that's all they are, opinions. Also, I'm feeling a little under the weather. You could probably hear it in my voice. But I'll do my best for you and see if we can get this video going for you today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, help me with that. It really helps me build the channel. But enough of the chatter, let's get into it. All right, guys, so the first stock on the list, there's going to be 6 of them, but the first stock on the list is going to be Amazon, right? It's pretty obvious, right? So Amazon is ticker symbol AMZN, right? And here's a couple reasons that I said you should watch out for Amazon and really just kind of take advantage of the growth that they're going to have, right? So already this year, they're up 81.33%, right? So pretty big jump, mostly because a lot of brick and mortar is closed. So a lot of people have turned to Amazon for getting supplies, right? Whether that be groceries or just things to kind of pass the time because there's really not much to do, right? So people are ordering a lot more often than they have been. Definitely a boost in value due to the concerns over the pandemic, and I just went over that as far as people not having other options. This is going to be their way to go. They did announce Prime Day is coming. I want to say it was mid-October. I think the 13th and 14th they're going to do it. And Prime Day is just a day where they get a little bit more income. So they're going to push that in that time period. It's not really going to have a huge effect on the entire quarter or anything like that, but it's just something to note that Prime Day is when they make a substantial amount of money just because people go kind of on buying frenzies. And then finally, they're the leader in their market. They have some competitors that are trying to kind of push them over. The examples are like eBay, right? So, but at the end of the day, they're still the leader in their market. No one really comes close to Amazon for online shopping. Not even stuff like Alibaba or any of those companies, because there's just too much revenue coming from Amazon, too much purchases, too many people know about it. It's kind of the same reason why you wouldn't search Bing when you have Google. I mean, yeah, it's another search engine, but I mean, Google's better. Like, obviously, it's gonna have more search results. So yeah, Amazon's the first one, guys. Like I said, ticker symbol AMZN. Check it out. I mean, you're probably going to be able to buy some fractional shares of it, but get on it. Next up is Walmart's ticker symbol WMT, right? So Walmart has a couple benefits going for it, right? So we know Walmart has brick and mortar stores. They are considered a quote unquote essential business in the United States, which is kind of, I have my own opinions on that, but they've been open this whole time. So they really haven't been shut down or affected largely by the pandemic, right? So while your mom and pop stores or other stores and other businesses, had to board up and shut down, Walmart just kind of pushed through and continued on, right? Kept on keeping on. They are up 20.6% on the year in growth, which is pretty good. And they do have an emerging online presence. I'll bet it's not as good as Amazon, but I know that I did hear they mention that they want to eventually compete with Amazon, which I don't think is feasible or anything, you guys. Although I do think it's commendable. I think that Walmart's probably going to benefit from their brick and mortar combining with this online presence, right? So it'll be something different than what I think Amazon offers. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Walmart's a super giant. They're one of the bigger, if not the biggest retail companies in the world. And, adding an online presence is just going to make them kind of even that much more of a super giant. So yeah, check out Walmart. If you don't have it, throw it in your watch list. It's definitely going to be something I'm going to pay attention to for the holidays, especially with all the people wanting to get presents and stuff for the season. Next up is UPS, ticker symbol UPS. So UPS is up 44.68% on the year, guys, which is pretty impressive. And the reason for that is because that's some of their best gains in the last decades, right? So if you take a look over the last 5 years at the very minimum, I mean, they're just like a steady line. And then this year came and boom, they shot through the roof. UPS has been heavily depended upon during this time because people really don't have a way to get stuff, right? For the first couple months during, when the pandemic um, was starting, I mean, things were closed. You couldn't go anywhere. There was nothing. You couldn't buy. So UPS was like the way to go, right? You order something, it comes. Like that was kind of your only option. It's gotten a little better now, but UPS is still continuing to grow, and as long as we have these conditions, I really do expect them to, be an opportunity, um, to continue, with all the holiday shopping and all the online shopping. And this will probably go through the end of the pandemic. I would say if it was me, I'd probably do like a short-term play on UPS. Um, as soon as things get back to kind of the norm, I would expect UPS to probably take somewhat of a dip. But it's still got a little ways to go up. We haven't even hit the holiday season, and that's when things are going to get really crazy. Hopefully, they have enough manpower to, or they have enough manpower to kind of weather the storm. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, throw that on your watch list, and yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next up, Fedex, ticker symbol FDX, right? And very similar to UPS, right? So they're up 81.35% on the year, which is pretty impressive. And they've almost returned to a peak that they saw in 2018. So unlike UPS, they hadn't been really stagnant over the last few years. They've been up and down, up and down. In fact, in the last 5 years, their peak was 2018. So, it's not like they've, been down and now this is their opportunity. I would say FedEx has an opportunity to kind of push past their previous peak. They did dip down a little bit, but this could be an opportunity for them to kind of get their foot back in the door. Like all other shipping companies, they're going to benefit from online shopping, right? Just like UPS, people are going to be ordering stuff. They're going to have it shipped. FedEx is going to be one of those things that's just going to benefit from that, passively, essentially. And the lack of the retail being open, right? Like there's still places that are shut down or very limited on, if you can go in. Some people don't want to wait in lines. Some people just they need something quick, and it's just they're going to benefit from the lack of the retail being open. People, some people are just too afraid to go out now, so their only option is to order. Like that's all they want to do. But much like UPS, like I said, they'll probably see somewhat of a dip after everything kind of returns to a state of norm. So just keep an eye on them right now. I would say probably a good short play, short to mid at least. But yeah, FedEx, good stuff. Throw it in your watch list. Moving on, we have Etsy, right? So Etsy's up 140.57% on the year, guys. It's probably because they did get included in the S&P 500. This actually kind of irritated a lot of Tesla investors because Tesla thought it was unfair that Etsy got in, but they didn't, right? And that's neither here nor there. But I mean, that's pretty impressive growth when you're up 140% in a year. I mean, let's say you average 10% growth a year. That's 14 years of growth. As far as stock growth is concerned, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to match up. But I mean, the company's taking off. And much like Amazon and Walmart, online shopping is going to benefit them over brick and mortar, right? Right now, there really wasn't too many places you could go to for like personalized stuff or like custom stuff, but you have your mom and pop shops that are kind of locked up and closed up because they're not quote unquote essential. So, this is, what do you do if you want something custom or unique? You go places like Etsy, right? Like I said here, they corner the market on one of a kind items, right? You can't go to Amazon. I mean, you can go to Amazon. Amazon's trying to copy Etsy. I can't. It's so irrelevant that I can't even remember the name of the service they offer to combat Etsy. That's how bad it is. But when it comes to one of kind custom items, no one beats Etsy. Etsy's the king of the market. Amazon's trying to, but they can't even push into that market because Etsy's got it cornered so good that no one really cares what you do on Amazon. Like, you know what I mean? Like Amazon's the bulk retail site, and Etsy's the one of a kind. Make me this site, and that's their benefit. That's their game. That's their play. So yeah, ticker symbol ETSY. Interesting enough, it's the same name. So throw that on your watch list. Pay attention to it. It's definitely worth a look. And with that being said, we're going to move on to the final stock on this list. Visa, ticker symbol V. Right, so Visa's up 18.61% on the year. They've already recovered from the March dip when the pandemic started. So they're already back. They've already, you see the dip on their stock chart and they're already back. And the reason for this is because the increased transaction volumes, right? So, like I said, more people are shopping online. They don't want to use cash. Some places aren't even accepting cash right now because of quote unquote cash shortages. I think some people are just afraid to touch money right now, even though, it's a whole nother story. But they've definitely seen an increased transaction volume over this time. And, they're going to benefit from online shopping where cash is not an option. People would normally go out and, there's a lot of people who still pay cash. And now, if you're going to be doing some online shopping, you're going to pay credit. You can't just throw cash into the computer. So it's definitely something that Visa is going to benefit from there. And then just the fact that it's not just Visa; it's kind of the whole industry. So Mastercard, American Express, like these kind of companies are also good to look into, just because this is more of just like an industry recommendation. But Visa's at the top of the industry, so that's why I picked them out of all the others. So, anyways, guys, these are the 6 stocks. I hope you guys liked the video. That is the stocks to buy this 2020 holiday season. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Really helps me out when you guys take a look at the videos. In the description down below, there is going to be a Robinhood link in case you guys want a free stock. When you sign up, you get 1 free stock. And also, I would get 1 too, so that would really help me out. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.